Hi, my name is Lauren Goodkind, and I am a good and kind person. And yes, Goodkind is really my last name. If you play me a game of chess, I am a mean kind of person. Today, I'm going to go ahead and analyze one of my games that I played at the online women's chess tournament. And this tournament was, um, it happened yesterday. Actually, not yesterday. It was a couple of days ago. And it was a special tournament because it was an all women's tournament. So every single opponent I played against another woman. It was really nice. The time control for this, it was a 3-minute time control. And I think there was maybe a 1 second increment or 2 second increment. So these are really fast games. So I was back in this position. I'm back in this game, and I played against another strong player, and I was back. So my opponent played d4. I played d5. She went c4, and then I go e6, and then the idea is if this pawn takes this pawn, then my e pawn takes it back. So she moves the knight. I'm going to actually turn this off. It's okay. Okay, so I moved the c6 pawn, and then this is what you're supposed to do. Some people think like, oh yes, my bishop can't get out. But I know this opening, and it's like if you try to get this bishop out now, then white can create problems. So that's why I move pawn to e6. So anyway, I play the stone wall. So that's what the stone wall is when I move the pawn up to f5. I like it. Bishop goes here. It's attacking my queen, and of course, like I need to do something. So I go bishop to e7, and then I think that's good because I'm just getting the bishop out. Bishop takes, and then I go ahead and take it with the queen. Pawn goes up, and then I move my queen. I move my knight to f6. Bishop goes to e2, and then I castle. I think in this position, I think it's okay to. Okay. Pop-ups. That's annoying. Okay. I believe if the bishop goes here, I believe that it's okay for the d pawn to take the pawn. But I decided to castle instead. White castle, so I think both of us have a good position. I moved my bishop, so again, my white square bishop, it is very bad right now, and the goal is to get this bishop to g6 or h5 just to get this bishop out. Pawn goes to a4. I guess she wanted to gain space, so I ended up moving this bishop back here just to get the bishop out. And then she moved the pawn to a5, and then I moved the knight here. So I think right now I'm doing okay. And then now I'm a little bit concerned right now because the queen right now is attacking the b7 pawn, and I need to do something about that. And that's why I decided to go rook to b8 just to protect the pawn. She ended up moving the bishop to d3. Stockfish is suggesting to move the pawn to a6, I guess to continue to attack the pawn. But I ended up moving my bishop here, of course, just to get this bishop on this diagonal. and then she decides to close the center. So it's like, okay. I moved the pawn to a6 because I didn't want this pawn to go to a6. So I figured, like, okay, I'll just go here. And then she moves the rook over to e1. And I'm not too sure why. Does she want to push the pawn up? But that wouldn't be safe. I just moved my knight here. I would actually be happy if she took my knight. Because if she did that, I can take it back with this pawn. And then my rook has an open file. It's attacking the f2 pawn. Queen goes there, and then I go here. What I'm trying to do now is to ruin her pawn structure by bishop taking knight. And this is a closed game right now. So she goes there. The computer is suggesting to move the pawn up to e5, but I moved the queen here. I am threatening to take the f2 pawn with my queen. So that's why she moved the pawn to g3. And then, of course, like I have to move the queen. So I end up moving it back. And then she goes there. It's attacking the bishop. And then, of course, like I move the knight over to f6. Because like right now, my knight, it's not doing anything. So that's why I go there. So now I'm getting my pieces closer. She takes my bishop with her bishop. Of course, I have to take it back. And then she moved the pawn up to f3. It's attacking my knight, but this is actually a mistake because she hangs the pawn. This pawn is protected by this knight. So, of course, what I do is I take this knight, and then she takes it back with the queen, and now this pawn is not protected, so I go ahead and take it. So I end up winning a pawn. She goes there to attack my queen. Of course, I have to do something, so I decide to go back. She moves the queen here. I go here. I am threatening to take the e3 pawn, so she goes there. Okay. I go there just to attack the e3 pawn, and then she goes there. And now the computer is suggesting to go to e3, but I don't do that. I move this rook here. Okay, so the thing is that if this pawn moves to h3, then my queen could just go ahead and just take it. She moves the knight here. I move here. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Okay, so she goes there. And now she's threatening to go h3 right now because the queen is protecting the h3 pawn. So I saw that, so that's why I moved it back. And yes, she goes there. I have to move my knight, and then I go here. She goes there, and then since this is a closed game, I decided to move the pawn up to attack the rook. And then she goes back, and then I move my knight to the e4 square. And then this is a good outpost for the knight. It's controlling all of these squares. So she moved the knight to f2, and it's challenging my knight. And I end up not. I was supposed to go to knight to d2 to trap the rook, but I actually didn't see it. The thing is this game, again, it was played with a 3-minute time control, and I don't see everything with a really short time control. And the thing with time control is that if you think too long and if you run out of time, then you lose the game. So you have to just consider the time when you play like with a short time control. So I actually didn't see knight to d2, but if this was a slow game, then I would have seen knight to d2. So I end up moving the queen here, and then she moved the knight to d3, and then I thought this was a really good move because she's threatening to go knight to e5, and that was strong. I was thinking for a really long time, it's like, what do I do? So, but this is a really close position, so I didn't really worry about this knight capturing my rook. Of course, she goes there, and then I have to move the queen because the knight is attacking it, and I move here. And then she ends up taking my rook, and then I take it back with the rook. And to be honest, I'm actually not too concerned for like being down the exchange. I know, doesn't that sound weird? The rook is worth 5 points and the knight is worth 3, but I think my knight on e4, no, it's still really, really powerful. So I'm not, and this is a really close position, so I don't really mind being down exchange. So she goes there. I go here. I'm just like moving a couple pieces. I go here. Oh yeah, the idea was like I wanted to like move my queen. No, the reason why I moved the queen here is because I wanted to go here to attack the pawn. And then right now I'm just shuffling pieces, and then now I like queen to b8. This queen, it is it's attacking this pawn. This knight is attacking this pawn, and notice that it's on the same line as the king too. So this pawn is pinned. She moves the rook here, and then that's when they start pushing. If your opponent has a pin piece, you need to attack it. So I was actually really happy. And then the computer says that my pawn should have taken the pawn, but I end up taking it with the knight. And then I ended up going here, and the king right now is in check because of this queen, and the rook can't take the knight because the king is in check because of this queen. So she ends up moving the king here, and then I take the rook. She takes it back, and then I know like I have more pawns than her, and then I wanted to exchange. So she trades queens with me. She has to move her rook. She goes there, and then of course I need to save this pawn. Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So the rook is attacking the pawn, and that's why I move this pawn here to protect the pawn. And then I need to get my king into play. So I move the king this way. King goes this way. I go here. And now what I'm threatening is I'm threatening to move the pawn to f3, and then that would be a pawn fork. So she ends up taking it. Of course, I take it back with the pawn, and then I'm threatening to do a pawn fork again. She moves there, and then I decided to just get aggressive with my king. So she goes there. I just get really aggressive with my king. So in the end game, the king becomes a fighting piece. She goes there. I move the pawn here. There, I'm threatening to get a queen. She takes it. And then in the end game, you want to, control the queening squares, control the squares in front of this pawn. So that's why I moved here. There's no way for her to stop this pawn from queening. And then she resigned. So tell me what you think about this game. I thought this was a good game, and as a friendly reminder, this was a short game with a 3-minute time control, and I only had 34 seconds. So again, with a short time control, I don't play my best, but I think it was. I mean, it was. You know what I mean? Because it's like I don't see everything, but I think I'm okay. I'm still okay with like quick chess with a quick time control. So um, anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to play me a chess game on chess or chess.com, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. And I'm here to inspire more women and girls to play chess. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel. And if you like if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. So anyway, stay healthy, stay positive, and stay safe. Goodbye.